Toni, and this is my co-host,
Shirley Tyler.
And
welcome to the Toni Talk Show. Hello, everyone. We're so happy to be with you today. Our topic that we're going to be discussing today is self-discipline. What is self-discipline? It is the ability to control one's feelings and overcome one's weaknesses, the ability to pursue what one thinks is right despite temptation to abandon it. Self-discipline.
Gosh, that says so much. And to be able to just have the self-control to abandon an idea that you may come up with that may not be good for you or anyone else in your life, that's true discipline. And to be able to just make the sacrifices that you need to make in order to achieve what it is that you want to achieve, and not allow all these different obstacles to get in your way that you bring upon yourself because you lack self-discipline. So self-discipline is the key thing in life, one of the key things that you need in life to become successful in every aspect.
That is so true. With you saying that, self-discipline is also when you make up a mind that you're going to stick to something all the way through, get your schedule together, get your mindset together, that this is what I'm going to do because it's something, that we need in everyday life. Anytime we're trying to, how can I say, for things to be successful, as day goes by. So really paying attention to what you need to do in order to get things done successfully. Mm-hmm. That's what I consider, that's what I think about self-discipline. When you think of self-discipline. Yes.
Well, one of the things, like I said a little bit earlier, is that sacrifice, to make the sacrifice, to be able to turn down, walk away, and just let it be if you know that this decision that you're making is just not a good idea. Mm-hmm. Also, one of the things I teach in my coaching is just to keep your why in front of you. Mm-hmm. Why are you making this sacrifice? Are you making the sacrifice now to not buy the things that you want to buy to look good to other people and yourself? Are you making this sacrifice to not do these things because of why? Why? Because you are trying to get your finances in order. Why? Perhaps you're looking to buy a house. Why? Because you're saving for a car. Or whatever your why is, if you keep that why in front of you, you can be disciplined enough to conquer anything. If you're trying to perhaps maybe lose weight to get healthier, you may be pre-diabetic. Your why is, I want my A1Cs to be lowered. I want to be healthier. So why? Because I want to be a healthier person and be able to live a productive, amazing life without illness. That's your why.
Right.
Okay? If you want to buy a car, or like I said, a house or something like that, that's your why. So when you keep that why in front of you, you can always put things in their proper perspective, because you're like, okay, I gotta go here. This is what I'm trying to do. And if I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm not gonna get to that goal. So you keep that why in front of you.
Yes, very true. I want to kind of go back to when you were talking about being healthy, which is very, very important. Sometimes I find myself with that challenge a lot of times, and I know many of you do as well, where I'm not going to eat, have the cookie or have the cake or eat, all the fried chicken, the hamburgers and different things, because, internally it can affect you in a bad way, if you continue to eat like that. So when you come to the knowledge and the understanding that it's better for me to put more vegetables, more fruit, water, and relax, release unnecessary stress, you know what I mean? So you make that regimen, make that decision, this is what I'm going to do as far as, discipline myself and going in that order, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you're opening up a whole can of applesauce on me. I'm not going to say worms, but I love the fact that, self-discipline for me, the biggest thing is that I deal with other people and myself. Mine is shopping, but some of my clients, because of the fact that I'm a health and wellness coach, so I do have clients that their health is what they're battling to make better.
Right.
And you have to decide, well, do I want to live a healthy, productive life? Do I want to just feel better every day? Do I want to be able to grow old with my children and not just grow old and beat up, but grow old and be able to still manage yourself and function properly? And that why is so important, to put that out there. Why are you doing it? So when you do that, you would say, okay, wait a minute, I'm not going to eat this Krispy Kreme, 6 Krispy Kreme donuts.
Exactly.
Because they melt in your mouth. So you decide not to eat the 6 Krispy Kremes when they have them on sale. You decide not to drink the sodas. You decide, because your why is why you want to be healthier and more vital and wonderful for days to come and years to come, and put quality on your life versus just longevity in bad shape and on medication for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Also, one of the other things that's so important is self-sabotaging. Okay, we can sabotage ourselves by bringing the Krispy Kremes in the house. Or taking us, and so they're in there, more than likely, you may be able to turn them down for a few minutes, but come late in the night, you just black out and go in there and eat them, and when you wake up the next day, they're gone. So don't put the Krispy Kremes in the house. For me personally, I like to involve myself. Don't go to the store. You don't have to shop. If you're not at the store, don't shop. I truly have to think, don't go. Just don't go. Because if you go, it's going to be a problem. So I'm helping not to sabotage myself by going and looking around, okay? Don't guilt yourself. Don't put the guilt on yourself and make yourself feel bad, because being guilty about something is just, it's self-destructive. So try not to feel guilty. If you do make a mistake, pick yourself right back up and get back in the doggone race again. Because it's better to make a mistake and get back and get in the race than to make the mistake and just get wiped out.
Exactly.
And just succumb to whatever the weakness is. So those are two things, guilt and sabotaging. You don't want to guilt yourself, because when you feel guilty, you could easily just go under. And you don't want to sabotage yourself by setting yourself up to fail with whatever it is that you're trying to do.
That is so true. Also, self-discipline, also you can think about, when you look at self-discipline, the negative side of it, you know what I mean? What I mean about the negative side of it is, what are you putting in your spirit? You understand what I'm saying? What are you listening to? What are you thriving off? Is it something negative that you're thriving off, and it's not really making a positive deposit within you? So sometimes we have to change our settings, you know what I mean, in our home, in our environment, where we go, the people that we're around, what we watch, what we see. You understand what I'm saying? Also in what we say, that's also a very, very important thing in life. Your mindset, the way you talk, your actions, also your behavior. So you say, you know what, I'm going to make some positive changes, and discipline myself in this area, because I want to be healthy mentally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Along with physically, emotionally. Am I right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, and sometimes, like Shirley was saying, sometimes self-discipline can just simply be in the mind. You can discipline yourself in just trying to become more positive. And by doing that, you don't sabotage yourself by taking in a lot of negativity, a lot of things that are not going to serve you well, a lot of things that could deter you and have you going right back in the direction in which you were uncomfortable with. So you almost have to clear the clutter, as I call it in coaching, as I call it, that's what it is. Clear the clutter. You can clear the clutter in your mind first, then you clear your surroundings, you clear the clutter in your cupboards.
Clutter.
Get rid of the clutter in the cupboards, so that you don't have a lot of things there that you would sabotage yourself with by eating, and you know you're trying to lose weight. Take inventory over your house, clear the clutter. Sometimes we have so many things for you fellow shopaholics out there, as I am the queen of that in the past. But one thing I did, I started clearing the clutter in my house, clearing out my closet. And really, a part of me was very happy because it was like, whoa, I forgot I had that. Okay? But then a part of me was a little bit ashamed because why do you have all of this? You know? And then you can think, okay, I have all this, start putting it all in order, and you don't have to go out and buy things because you have everything you need, which I realize I have everything I need and everything a lot of other people may need as far as the closet. But so you clear your surroundings, you clear up all that stuff you're watching on television or on the internet that's like not setting well in your spirit. Have you ever watched something and you just felt uneasy about it? It's like, because you're not supposed to be taking that in. So if you really want to just break bad habits, and get rid of the things that just don't serve you in any positive way. Yes. Or anyone around you. I always say that. And by doing that, you have to just focus on your why. Why am I doing this? Because why always outweighs how. Don't worry about how. Just remember why. And it will all fall into place, trust me.
Yes. I just want to go back to where you were talking about the clutter.
Okay.
Toni, I tell you.
Did I hit home a little bit?
Yeah, you did. You know, you look around and you're like, oh man, I got boxes and storage bins, just stuff. And you like, you know what? I got to do something about this.
That's right.
You know, when you start making those small steps, no major steps, but you make your mind up today, or pick a day, 2 days out of a week. I'm going to go through this box. I'm going to go through this storage. I'm going to, do this. You know what I mean? In order to, get rid of, what you don't need. You know what I mean? Because it really does. It messes with your mental status sometimes. You're not focused. You can't focus. I know I've had an experience with that. So I can really, And I'm so grateful today that I've came a long way. Still getting rid of things, but I'm not where I was before. It's like, I don't need this, or, you give it away, maybe bless someone with it, or take it to the Salvation Army or somewhere, or to, maybe a shelter, maybe they could take, and, Yeah,
well, I have to admit, I used to be a junkie sister. I used to have my office alongside of me in bed.
Wow. I
realized now that I stopped all that behavior, I cannot sleep with not one thing next to me unless, he's supposed to be there. But as far as papers and purses and the outfit I wore that day, it's like alongside of me. I have a huge bed, so it's lots of room. But it just feels disturbing if I have things on my bed or just clutter all around. And you don't know that until you clear the clutter and you experience how it feels to have that freedom.
Yes.
And once you know about the freedom and how it makes you feel, you decide, okay, let me get this straightened out. You stick to the program because you have something to compare it to now.
Right.
Before, if you're just a clutter rat, you just all so you just operate under that. But once you clear it out, it just really gives you some peace of mind, some inner peace. It really
does.
Even watching things that are really negative or hostile before you go to bed, it could disrupt your sleep pattern. you just feel bad. You can wake up with anxiety, and that's based on what you did during the day or what you may have been listening to or watching before you went to bed. So, you may want to do some happy stuff and clear your clutter in your mind, the clutter in your surroundings, and then when you do that, you can bring peace to yourself and be able to think clear. It gives you a clear thought process when you don't have a lot of clutter all around you to disturb your way of thinking properly.
That's true. That's true. Self-discipline, it is a very, very important thing, and it's a very important word for our lifestyle. You know what I mean? It helps you through life when you self-discipline yourself. It makes you see clear, as you said earlier. It makes you think, your brain can be kind of foggy or whatever, and that's because things around you, whether it be something material or whether it be something human or whatever, the situation, emotional, whatever it may be. I think we all, can kind of attest to or understand that self-discipline is a very, very important thing to have as part of your life, And
sacrifice, very important. Putting your why out in front of you, creating a plan, and just coming up with solutions on how you can discipline yourself. Because I tell you something, if you don't discipline yourself, life will discipline you.
That is so true.
You can't just go out here in the world willy-nilly doing whatever you want to do, anytime you want to do it, to yourself, to other people, and all those things, and just living life in a very reckless manner. Life will discipline you if you don't discipline yourself. Just the law of nature.
Yes,
so to make it easier on you and the people around you and make the world a better place, exercise some self-discipline before you get disciplined. So, gosh, it's been an amazing day with you, Shirley. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you, audience, for tuning in and listening to us. We're just trying to spread as much love and knowledge and clear information in a simplistic type of way for someone to listen and learn and just be enlightened, not even learn, because I know most of us out here, we know, but we don't do.
Exactly.
So this is just to sort of reconfirm what we know to be right and do the right things in our lives to ourselves and others around us.
Yes. These topics that we discuss and have it's basically self-inventory. You know what I mean? I look at it, self-inventory. It's just, a lifestyle, a way of living, you know what I mean? And it's just only to make you better, make you be successful, you know what I mean? To encourage you, as we said before, to inspire you, and just really look at self, take a self
inventory.
That's right. Yeah.
Self-inventory. That's something that's funny that you said that, because that's what my mom tells me all my life. She's always said, honey, I take inventory of myself. Okay, my mother's a humdinger.
Right,
I takes inventory of myself. Anybody got to tell me nothing, because when you take inventory of yourself, you know what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Okay, so anybody got to tell you nothing to do. Take inventory of yourself, and that's what my mother says, and that's just funny that Shirley would bring that up, because that is so true. If you do self-inventory, and then another thing she told me, you got to learn how to govern yourself. Okay?
All right now, Mom.
If you don't govern yourself, somebody else going to govern you. Like a jail or a loss of property or a loss of loved ones, whatever. Life will govern you. So govern yourself. Learn how to govern yourself and take inventory of yourself and all the wonderful, amazing things about you that you have in your life already, and make that your focus. The good, not the bad.
Beautiful things can happen when you do that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes. For sure.
So we want to thank you once again for tuning in to the Toni Talk Show. We really appreciate everyone's support. watching us. Like we say, we're just here to spread some love, some joy, some peace, some good, valuable information, of everyday living. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And much love we send to you.